What's going on? Welcome back to the vlog on this Monday. Well, it's Tuesday for you. But anyway, today was a good day in the classroom. I got something in my classroom that got me pretty pumped up today. That's pretty exciting. A development in the classroom is the basketball hoop. But I digress. On Mondays, I like to answer a question that I've received in a previous video or vlog, something that I feel like will add value to my community. And so here we go. I'm going to talk today about teachers with tattoos. So, I've got tattoos. I got that question a lot, especially from my classroom tour video. People said, hey, I noticed you have tattoos. I'm going into education. I'm really worried. I have a tattoo. Is it going to be hard for me to find a job? What are people going to think? So let's just dig right into it today. Okay, well, step one, it would be a little bit weird if I talked about teachers with It would be a little bit weird if I talked about teachers with tattoos and I didn't explain my own tattoos. I've talked about it in past vlogs, but if you're newer here we go. First tattoo that I ever got is right here. It's the Chicago flag. I mean, the Chicago flag is red, white, and blue, but mine is just black. Kristen and I lived in Chicago for 3 years after college. We went to Bluffton University here in Ohio. Then I got my first job in Chicago Public Schools on the south side. We moved to Chicago. I taught there for 3 years. Fell in love with the city, the culture, the sports, everything. I love that city. It's my favorite city in the entire world. So got a tattoo commemorating it. It's where I feel like I grew up. I became a man. Kristen and I spent our first 3 years of marriage there. It was amazing. So that's my first tattoo. My second tattoo is this one right here. It is you can't really see it. It's the alphabet, A through L in a ring, and it's on like a little sentence strip. So it's got the blue tops and the red little dashes. That's for, obviously, I love teaching. I love teaching how to read. I just love teaching in general, and it's a really great conversation starter. Someone goes, hey, what's your tattoo about? Is that the letters on your arm? What's going on? Is that so you don't forget your letters? People seem to think that's a really funny joke. It's not. It's a terrible joke. But anyway, it's a great conversation starter. And then finally, I got my sparrow. Kristen and I have matching tattoos, except for hers has a little bit more detail she's got a little bit of watercolor going, but the sparrow is it symbolizes quite a bit, actually. It symbolizes the triumphs that Kristen and I have been through together. It symbolizes freedom to be your own person, be yourself, not care what people think. And it's my reminder, get a little bit spiritual, the song, His Eye is on the Sparrow, I know He watches over you and me. It's sort of like my reminder that I'm always going to be taken care of. No matter what happens in my life, I can deal with it, and I'm always going to be taken care of. So those are my tattoos, and they're very meaningful to me. And the thing to note is, I don't care if anybody else in the world doesn't like my tattoos. Don't care. Doesn't matter. I like them. They're mine. They're on my body, and I chose to get them. So I don't. This is for me. I don't do things to gain the acceptance of other people. So talking about it, bringing it back forward, bringing it back to like teaching and getting a job and that sort of thing. First thing you got to know is, anytime you do anything different in life, society will always judge you. If you do anything to stand out at all, people are going to look at you different. But you know what? That's okay. If that's what you want. If you don't want people to look at you, if you don't want to stand out, well, then don't get my life changed forever when I decided to stop living to gain acceptance of other people. So for me, I don't care what anybody thinks about my beard, my clothes, my hair, my tattoos. I just don't care. It's not for anybody else. It's for me. And I choose to live my life in a way that I do stand out. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to fit in. And that's choices that I'm making. Me being my true self and being true to me, I'm a little odd, I don't fit in, and that's okay. I don't want to fit in. I feel like in life there are you can be two types of people. You can be somebody who fits in with the crowd, and just sort of does what everybody else does, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. If you want to just live your life, and follow society's norms, that's fine. It's fine. Or you can be someone who stands out from the crowd, and that's okay too. However you choose to live your life, just know that if you choose to stand out of the crowd, if you choose to be different, you're going to have eyes on you. And those eyes it's going to be nice comments and it's going to be mean comments. And that's just the way it is. For some reason, people think if you do something different with your hair or your clothes or your body, it's like a free invitation to criticize you. It's like, Just because I grew a beard doesn't mean I care about your opinion about my facial hair all of a sudden. Nobody cares. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta be willing to accept the, I don't want to say hate, but the criticisms, and you have to be willing to accept the negativity that comes with being different. And if you're willing to accept that and live your life on the path, march to the beat of your own drum, stand out, then you shouldn't really care about, you really shouldn't care about what other people think. Now, when you're getting a job, I had two philosophies. For my first teaching job, I didn't have any tattoos. But when I did get tattoos, I deliberately made sure that they could be covered up with long sleeve shirts for professional reasons, right? But since getting tattoos and since growing older, I'm 27 now, and so I've had different life experiences and so on, I've decided, like, do I really want to work for somebody who would judge me based on something like a tattoo or my facial hair or whatever? Like, my answer is no. So before you think about, okay, well, am I going to find a job, this and that, ask yourself, do you really want to work for somebody who wouldn't hire you because you have a tattoo on your wrist? I mean, I don't. If somebody would look past all the other good things about me and say, oh, he's got tattoos, so let's go to somebody else, then I might want to work for that person. Our philosophies on life are too different. I'm not going to be able to work for you if you can't hire me because I have a tattoo on my forearm. Now, it is worth noting that I don't have a face tattoo or a neck tattoo, and there's nothing wrong with either of those either, but I can hide them, and I can appear professional. And I'm doing air quotes because what does that even mean? That's so subjective. It's 2017, things are changing, times are changing. Anyway, if you've got like the tattoo death on your forehead or something weird, or something like that, or super controversial, or if you've got some sort of hate symbol, or if you've turned yourself into a lizard person, like, yeah, you know what? You're probably not going to get employed by some people. But again, do you want to work for somebody that would look so, like, come on, like, you got to be picky too about where you work. The right job has to be right for you. So for a teacher, I think it's perfectly okay to have tattoos. I'm obviously biased because I have some. I'm not done. I'm going to get more tattoos. I want to get tattoos for days. I love tattoos. All the tattoos I get are going to be meaningful to me, not to anybody else. Meaningful to me, and I see no problem with them at all. And now that I already have a job, obviously it's easy for me to say, oh, don't worry about it, because I already have a job. I get it, I know. But the reality still remains, times are changing, and people are getting more accepting of different things. And I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. If you're going into teaching and so many teachers have tattoos, so many people have tattoos, I just don't think it's a huge issue. Best case scenario, if you really want to think, if you're really worried about it, cover them up if you can during your job interview. If you're really worried about it, and the reason why I say that is because job interviews are hard enough, and the people that are interviewing you are human as well, and no matter what they say, no matter what laws they're abiding by for hiring and stuff like that, we all bring our natural biases and opinions and stereotypes with us wherever we go. We all have a different lens we look through. So if the person interviewing you doesn't like tattoos or associates tattoos with someone that's unsavory, then they're probably going to have an issue with it. So cover them up, I guess. If you want to play it safe, cover them up. But then again, do I really want to work for somebody who views people with tattoos as unsavory? The answer is no. It's probably not going to work out in the long run. So if you don't cover up your tattoos, you're probably saving yourself some heartache. I would hire you, if I would ever be a principal, I would hire you with tattoos. I don't care about that. I care about your instruction, your relationship with students, your being on time, your putting your heart into it. I don't care about what you look like, how you dress, how you talk. I wouldn't care about any of that, but that's just me. We all carry around our biases and opinions, but when I see somebody with a tattoo, my first impression isn't anything negative. It's, oh, I wonder what that story behind that tattoo is. But that's my own opinions. Someone might see me and go, well, what's his deal? He's got tattoos. Like, what's going on? Why? You guys all know there's been that person in my comments. I had to end up blocking her because she was causing all kinds of trouble. She was talking about tattoos and how can you have tattoos? And oh my God, you're setting such a bad example for your kids. Oh my God, what's the world coming to? Calm down, lady. calm down. It's not that big of a deal. Now, most of my students have tattoos. I feel like it makes me more relatable. They see me with tattoos. Oh, hey, look, he's just a guy, right? I'm just a guy. I'm no different than you. I'm not special. I'm not more important than anybody else. I've got tattoos. You've got tattoos. I think they're a conversation starter as well. When I see somebody with a cool tattoo, I typically ask them about it. People want to talk about their tattoos most of the time. So I don't know. That's my opinion on tattoos. And like I said, if you're worried about it, if this is the only job that's for you, and this job interview is your everything in your whole life, and you gotta get this job for whatever reason, then sure, I guess cover them up. But I urge you that if it's I urge you to always live your life being yourself, not making any don't apologize ever for who you are, because it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter. I think a lot of times when people get angry about something is because people are expecting other people to behave or act like them, and then when people don't meet their expectations, they get upset. I view the world through my lens. So when somebody stands out and acts different and is different and does different things, looks different, people are going to ask questions about themselves. It makes people feel uncomfortable because they get confused, and it makes people reflect on their own life and their own situation, and that makes people feel uncomfortable. So a lot of times they lash out with verbal things like, man, I can't believe you have tattoos, or how can you have a beard, or this or that, or whatever. People feel like they need to share their opinions that aren't even wanted. So anyway, I just wanted to rant a little bit, talk a little bit about teachers and tattoos, what I think about tattoos in general. But getting a job with tattoos, especially in the teaching realm, I just don't think it's a big of an issue anymore. I don't know. If I'm wrong, let me know. If you're a principal and you're watching this, I'd love to hear your input on this. It's a fascinating topic. I really want to get everybody's input in the comments. Just what do you guys think? What do you think about it? I'm sure a good deal you have tattoos. Maybe not visible, I'm not sure, but if you want to share out your tattoos that you have down below too, you can do that. That'd be awesome. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you tomorrow. Find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.